Hey y'all, and welcome to the Sorry Not Sorry Generation podcast, where we bring you a not-so-healthy dose of humor and reality as we get our hands dirty with some serious nostalgia and question everything.
Let's dive in.
Hey y'all,
Hey y'all,
it's Misty.
it's Ani.
Alright y'all, today we are watching the first part of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, which is one of the more dramatic of the movies, I guess, but also one of the funniest. And out of everything that Dumbledore did to Harry in the fifth movie, of ignoring him and kind of like just treating him like garbage or that he didn't exist, he kind of pulls like a 180 here and just will not leave Harry alone. But we are going to start by literally just jumping right in to the movie, and at this point, where Slughorn is being a chair.
I had to pause it because he's gonna say something and you're just gonna go off. I know it.
Oh, Slughorn and his weird collection of people.
There it is. I knew you were gonna say something.
He
Dumbledore
collects
is telling Harry that Slughorn's gonna try and collect him like he's a prize to be won.
like a beetle to be collected to put on a wall. It's like, oh, Harry, he'll collect you. It's like, he's gonna what now?
What does that mean? He's gonna collect me.
It's like, because let me tell you, that's really creepy sounding. Why does he dump Harry in the fucking
Swamp around the burrow like you couldn't get any closer?
Like, Jesus, like, I understand if you want to, like, do it outside of their wards because you can't get into their wards or whatever, but there's a road in front of the Weasley's house. There's a real road. Also, here's the weird Ginny-Harry romance out of left fucking field.
I know, right? Like, I swear, the Ginny and Harry romance in the books was like fiery.
It made sense, but like here,
This
it's
is just
like,
awkward.
Left field.
Molly's like, Harry? Who? What Harry? Who's here? Like, do you know any other Harrys?
Also, their roof is so low. Like, it's barely taller than Ginny.
Well, I mean, they have how many floors? Like 5?
Yeah.
Just stacked on each other?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you tell us you were coming? I literally just got dumped in your swamp outside.
Like, honestly, I was kidnapped. I
was not aware I'd be coming here tonight.
Yeah.
Sorry for the intrusion. Do you have an extra plate for dinner?
And knowing Molly, she does.
Here, Harry, have the pot. Even the muggles know something bad is happening.
Well, yeah, a giant fucking suspension bridge got busted up.
Right? Like, how do you hide that from an entire nation? Or the world, for that matter?
You know, a lot of the fan fiction and stuff that I read about Harry Potter, and a lot of them have Hermione not telling her parents about the shit that's happened to her over the years. Like, she didn't tell them that she was, like, petrified, you know, like, in second year, or, like, any of the other shit that's happened to her, or Harry.
My muggle parents don't need to know.
They
wouldn't understand.
Like, magical parents shouldn't be okay and understand that there's a fucking basilisk loose in Hogwarts and it's okay to keep your kids there. Like, Lord have mercy. I guarantee you, if that had happened and it wasn't Voldemort related, like, Lucius Malfoy would have been the first person to shut that school down.
Lucius would have a fucking fit.
Oh, yeah. Pettigrew looming through the glass. Why is Pettigrew in Snape's house? Like, you can't tell me he voluntarily let Pettigrew in his house.
I'm sure he did not. But considering that, I think Voldemort sees Snape as his, like, most trusted, member, whatever. So it's like, I'll leave Pettigrew here, keep an eye on him.
It's just like, here, keep my pet.
Basically.
My pet sniveling rat. Snape's outfit here, right? Looks like a traditional Japanese schoolboy uniform. Like, it does. It really does.
Notice me, senpai.
That was literally
I cannot keep much information in my head. But was it in the books ever explained that, like, did Dumbledore ever tell him, like, hey, I foresee this happening? Like, I just know that Narcissus is gonna come to you for like a binding spell, an
I
unbreakable
don't
vow,
think
and I want you to
so.
make it. And like,
I think that was a decision Snape made on his
okay,
own. I have heard, I don't know if this is canon or not, but I've heard a strong theory at the very least going around that Snape was Draco's godfather. And I don't know, I don't think it's canon. I'm not really certain, but I read that a lot, that he was, and that's why he didn't mind like swearing to protect Draco,
huh?
was because he was Draco's godfather. It's really kind of weird to know that two of the three people in that room are already dead.
I know. It
It's
was so
weird.
sad.
It is.
So it is not canon that Snape is Draco's godfather.
Okay. I've read so much fan
I
fiction.
know.
And it's just like, but to be fair, the fan fiction's better.
Well
He's
written
so
fan fiction.
true. And there's a lot of that. So, and I've read a lot. Look, I've been reading fan fiction for 15 years. Like, I've read some really good shit. So, it does irritate me though, like that I've read more fan fiction than I have like novels in the last several years. And like, so it's harder to get into a novel now when I can just read fan fiction instead. But I've read some, like, the fan fiction I read is usually not like short. It's like, hey, I started this like 63 chapter, 250,000 word odyssey that I finished in 3 days. So,
Meanwhile, I'm here reading novels. And I'm like, I gotta give like fanfic a shot.
it's honestly, I was super like novel heavy with a little bit of fan fiction, and then like in high school it like started to transition, and the further into college I got, the more fan fiction and the less novels that I read. So the thing is like, you can take a fandom that you like and then look for literally any specific subject that you
Yeah.
want to read about. Like, you want to read about like a weird like coffee shop AU, go for it. You want to read about an alternate time travel universe, you go for it. You want to read about the Marauders instead of Harry, you can do that. You want to read about the founders of Hogwarts, you can
You
do
can
that
do
too.
that.
You want to read about Hermione time traveling into uh Voldemort's era when he was in school, you could do that too. There's the dragon. The little dragon. You were asking where the little dragon was. Remember the one from the Goblet
Yes,
of
yes,
Fire?
yes. He's right
Yeah,
here.
he's making chocolate.
He's toasting chocolate
Yeah.
at the twins shop. I love it.
Yeah.
And I still love the fucking twins. And I love I love
You
how
want to
they
read a
have
fan fiction where Fred survives? You can do that
you can do
too.
that. I love how like the majority of Diagon Alley is like in shambles and tatters, and there's just this big bright red shop that's like, hey, come on in for funs and treats.
Yep. I can't wait to actually go to the twin shop with you guys.
Oh my god, I forgot that existed. Like that was a real thing.
Yep. Green Gots exists, the twins shop exists, Ollivanders exists, Nocturne Alley exists.
So excited for all of it.
Yeah, me too.
Borgin and Burke's. I have the Borgin and Burke shirt, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna wear that. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm gonna wear my other shirt.
I have an interactive wand that you can use like throughout the park for all the spells.
I have two. I'm bringing them with me. I have Narcissus and McGonagall's.
Oh,
So one
that's
for
cool.
fuck. I didn't. That's what I have to pack. Thank you for reminding me. One for me, one for Aaron.
That's cool. I might bring Sirius's wand because that's my interactive one. I have I think it's Slughorn's wand too, but that's not interactive. That's normal. It's a really interesting looking wand. Like, have you ever seen Slughorn's wand?
I think so.
It's really interesting looking. It's very curvy.
Yes.
I like how if you don't read the books, you have no idea who all of the people that you just saw were, with the exception of like Draco and his mom, or what store they're in, or the significance of that store, or who the hell that werewolf they just saw was. You have no idea what creature this is on Jenny's shoulder if you didn't read the book.
It's a pygmy puff, and I have one at my desk at work.
You're so
And when you
cute.
squeeze it, it makes this little purring sound.
Aww.
Like, Luna is such a soft-spoken person. Quibbler.
Uh-huh.
Just walks through the train. Quibbler, excuse me, hi.
The actual actress is in the third Harry Potter musical.
That's awesome. You're barking. I, did you hear me bark?
And it's just like, Harry, dear. Like, your whole basis for, like, Draco being a Death Eater is the fact that he was in a store. Like, do you understand that? That you were in a store. Like, technically, you're not wrong because he is, in fact, a Death Eater. But your justification is that he went shopping
He went into one specific store, thus making him.
with his mother.
Yes,
Like, and you think they're doing the Death Eater initiation ritual in a store? Really? Sweetheart. You
definitely.
think that would have to mean Voldemort was just hanging out in
Just
Borgenenberg?
hanging out at
Just
Morgan and
like,
Bird to be like, sup.
hmm.
Just shopping for a new crystal, it's fine.
Harry using the darkness powder to make everything in the train dark.
So he can be
First
get under his invisibility cloak and get on top of the luggage rack.
first of all, Harry, you're doing this to a bunch of students who were experienced with Dementors. What makes you think the weird, creepy smoke wouldn't make them think of Dementors and start flinging spells around? Like, secondly, it is the only point in all 7 books in which he formulates a plan. It
This is
wasn't a great
true,
one, but he formulates a
but it is a
plan.
plan. Like, Draco knows you're
Also,
there, like, bruh.
the weird part is like they're not in carriages, like they're not in
Yeah, they're
their
not
own
in
little compartment.
yeah.
You're telling me Draco voluntarily sat among everyone else? No. Why didn't they change into their school robes? Like, granted, if you just want to show me Tom Felton like in a suit, that's fine.
Yeah, it's
Because
fine.
it's a very good suit.
Um,
And
what was it? Is it only the first years that have to change into their school robes, but before they get to
I
Hogsworth?
thought they always
Hogsworth.
had to do that.
Hogwarts. Wow, I'm really sick. I can't even speak right.
I thought they always had to do that.
Uh,
Ow.
it just beats his face in with a shoe and then covers him with an invisibility cloak. Like, you do realize that he could very well just die there.
I don't think Draco cares.
He does not care, but like, you do realize, do you not realize how pissed off Voldemort would be?
In all honesty, it's a good question of whether or not Voldemort would be pissed that he didn't get to do it himself.
Oh, he would
Or,
be because he didn't do it himself.
yeah. Also, what the fuck kind of glasses is Luna wearing that she could see through a Deathly Hollow?
She can't see it through a Deathly Hollow. He just sees fuzzies around it.
Yeah, what kind of fucking glasses let her see something that reveals a damn Deathly Hollow?
That's true. Also, where did his thing go now? Because she just flung it off him, and I don't know
Yeah,
where it went.
it's invisible. Good luck finding that shit.
Accio blanket.
Like, Accio, Accio, my daddy's cloak. She does not believe him when he's like, I am your friend, Luna.
That's nice. What? No exceptions, Potter. What's your name?
Now, what's your name?
You know me. You must tell me, Potter. It's like, you just did it for me.
Why exactly did Draco show up with a cane? His father's cane, by the looks of it. Like, what the fuck? You
I
gonna
miss
walk around with a
Daddy.
cane?
Luna's just like, I think you'll look sexier with the blood on your face.
What is Luna doing to break her toes?
Break? I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. To his broken nose, not the blood on his nose. You look exceptionally ordinary, Harry.
I mean, to be fair, all Harry's ever wanted to be is ordinary, so it
I
might be a
know.
pretty good compliment. Oh, so much jello. See, they had to change into their robes anyway, so
Yeah.
why did they get off the train without them?
I
Why
don't know.
wouldn't you just get on the train with your robes? I don't understand why they change mid, like, train ride. Like, no. Why is that rag covered in blood? He only had a little bit of dried blood on his face
I
when they
know.
were
And then
going
after
in.
Luna fixed his nose, it didn't bleed again. So why is it
No.
still bleeding? And of course, Ginny's question is accurate. Why is he always covered in blood?
It's a very accurate question. Why is Slughorn wearing a graduation cap? He is fully wearing a graduation cap.
he he refuses to give up his collegiate ways.
Apparently.
Snape finally gets the Defense Against Dark Arts class.
Who is that teacher at the very end? Next to Slughorn.
I don't know.
Or the two people on the other end.
Like, I saw Pomfrey.
But like the two people past Madame Pomfrey.
Who's this? I don't know who that is.
I have no idea who that
Next
is.
to Hagrid.
At least one of them should be a ghost and is Professor Binns.
The history teacher, yeah.
Yeah.
Snape. Is this there's Pomfrey. Slughorn.
Who the hell is the old dude at the end who looks like Mad Eye Moody's dad?
It actually looks more like Billy Connolly.
Gonna have to connect some dots there, darling.
Did you ever see Boondock Saints?
No.
You'd like it, actually, a lot.
Just assume I've never seen a movie.
Like, I know.
We're watching movies
for
the first
as soon
time.
as they said it. I know, but
always assume I've got no fucking clue what you're
he's
talking
also he's a Scottish actor comedian. He's also the voice of Fergus from Brave.
Okay. At
Looks
least
like
there's
him.
a dot.
And I don't know who next to Slughorn is. I'm guessing this lady next to Hagrid is like the runes teacher.
Because there should be a runes teacher, maybe an alchemy teacher, depending on whether or not they had it that year. History of magic. That was about it, isn't it? Class-wise?
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea if I've ever seen that man before in my life.
Oh my god, I'll have to send you his YouTube stand-up because it's fucking great.
Also, look at all the fucking wax everywhere. Jesus. Dumbledore, have you not cleaned that podium in the entire... Oh no, go back. Go back.
Go back. I'm going back.
Okay. Keep going until they look at the table where Draco is, and then I want you to pause it.
Okay. Pip pip.
Right there. Their water decanter has a pig head on it. What the
I
fuck?
just saw it. I was like, wait, why is there a pig head?
On their, like, pitcher thing of water, there's a fucking pig's head.
Like, the mouth, the snout of the pig is the dispenser.
That's disgusting. That's so weird. I have never noticed that before.
I mean, also, we never noticed Sasquatch in Twilight, so...
I mean, that's fair. I was reading that apparently Forks has one of the highest rates of, like, Bigfoot sightings. So,
of course it fucking does.
So, something to look forward to. Getting fucking chased by Sasquatch.
Jesus. Yes, we specifically put Slughorn in charge of potions so you can take it.
Literally, I think they finally caved just so Harry can go to class. They're just like, no, you can go to potions. Yeah, actually, Ron has a point. He definitely needs to practice Quidditch. Also, what would have been the point if Harry couldn't take potions? What would have been the point of collecting Slughorn? Like, getting Slughorn on there, if, like, Slughorn can't teach him.
He's like, hey, you guys get your books out. It's like, we don't have any because we didn't think we'd actually have this class.
Uh-huh. I love this little scuffle that they have over the potions books.
I want the new one. No.
What are the only time they act like normal teenage boys? Also, why did Snape leave his book? Also,
that is the question I've asked a lot of times because, like, if there are so many, like, how do I say this? There's so many, like, clues and, like, hints on how to do things better. Mm-hmm. Why did you not keep it? Why did you leave it there for some other person to find it and be just as good?
Yeah.
I would hoard that information.
Mm-hmm. Why would you teach teenagers about a fucking love potion? Oh. I have to ask. Why is the love potion legal? It just sounds like a super fucked up, like, date rape drug more than anything.
I was gonna say, isn't it technically illegal?
It's not illegal because the twins sell it.
They sell it, but I feel like theirs has like a
like an
expiration date, and it's not as strong as like a legit one should be.
But any form of the love potion should be illegal.
True, any form of it should be illegal because, like, I don't need you to be infatuated with me.
Or in love with someone, or make somebody... The worst part is, like, making somebody in love with you. Making them pretty much willing to do anything for you. That's not consent in any level.
That is not consent.
That is fucked, is what that is. And It's the reason for Voldemort's existence in the way that he is. He's not capable of feeling love because he was conceived while his father was using the love potion. Like, while his father had been drugged with the love potion, so you can make kids that don't feel love.
It's
That's
true.
insane. Like, you should definitely be making this potion highly illegal.
Like, I understand making it for demonstration purposes, like for classes, and be like, this is why we
I think
don't.
it should be a forbidden thing, like up there with the forbidden the curses, like the killing curse and everything like that, because putting a love potion in the minds of a bunch of teenagers is
That's
a
yeah,
horrible idea.
yeah, a bunch of
Teenagers with low inhibition, like low like
low in
self-restraint
yeah,
too, and it's just like you want to give a bunch of teenagers love
going
potion. Now,
through
I will say,
puberty at the
yeah,
peak of their sexual like
I will say
awareness.
I do find it interesting that the route that J.K. Rowling went wasn't making it so one of the guys used it on a girl, but a
A
girl
girl
used it
using on a
on.
guy.
Yeah.
It's like,
So, like,
who hurt you, Rowling?
yeah, like, okay, well, granted, like, apparently her ex husband was a piece of shit, but, like, uh,
Was he that big a piece of shit?
I have no idea. I really don't. But at the same time, just like love potions, fully illegal. Ground zero, like, they should just be fully illegal. And what the fuck? Just what the fuck? I really hope at some point during Hermione's like reign as Minister of Magic that she made that shit illegal because damn. Also, out of everything in the Harry Potter world, if I could only choose to have like one object, I would take Felix Felicis.
I know you would take Felix Felicis, and I would, you know me, I take the invisibility cloak. So
I would take Felix Felicis and then go play the lottery. I would go play. I would wait to take it until the lottery was like at the $1 billion mark, and I'd just be like, "Hey, I would like to be a billionaire, please."
see, this is
So
why we should never stop being friends. Because with the invisibility cloak that I'm gonna get and the Felix Felicis that you're gonna take, we can have it all.
we could run a government easily.
We could
We start our
literally,
own
we could
government.
literally go into the into the Pentagon or the White House or whatever, and like take and just like sign out documents that we like. This needs to go out now, and no one's gonna fucking know.
Make new
Make
documents,
new documents, new
official
bills that get
documents.
passed, and it's just
Like,
like
we're just putting out bills left, right, and center. Start sneaking into like the Secretary of State's or whatever's offices and start signing bills into law. Just like take the official seals of like the president and a bunch of other people, just start passing bills all of a sudden. They're like, oh, all of the student debt was suddenly just forgiven. Oh, okay, look at that. Oh, healthcare completely free, just like Canada. Oh, many states leaving to join Canada. Like, this is great.
Texas has seceded. What? When did that happen?
Texas seceding. Texas would be happy about it.
I
So
know.
there's that.
Just cause
So,
ultimate chaos.
no, yeah, that would be fun. Just make California its own country too. It's got
I
enough oddly separate laws from the rest of the nation. It might as well be its own country.
I
So
mean, sure, let it be its own thing, but I will definitely make it so that it would be affordable out here.
yeah, y'all
Because
are
it ain't.
just real fucking expensive. Like real fucking like the definition of expensive. Y'all in New York, like Jesus. It's
San
insane.
Francisco has surpassed New York City as being more expensive.
I don't understand how anybody lives there. I don't understand how anybody lives in California, to be honest with you. As much as I would love to live out there, I would have to make like a minimum of 6 figures before I could afford to live out there.
You can
Just
go
like,
live in like central go live in central California, out in like
yeah,
some forest town.
yeah,
You don't need to be in a big city.
no. But like Arizona has pretty good laws that I was reading about. Phoenix. I'd like to build a tiny house personally.
Mm,
Not like a super small tiny house, but like a
right.
tiny house. I would like to build like a permanent structured one, and you can do it for about $100,000. You can from start to finish. You can build it, and then you just have to buy the piece of property or whatever. I'd really like to do that. I'd really like to buy two, and build them on the same piece of property so that my mom can have one and I can have one. And Arizona is one of the only states that has like positive tiny house laws, because I'm pretty sure buying a tiny house or building a tiny house is the only way I'm going to be able to afford a house,
Right?
because that's just the way our
If
generation
my parents
works.
didn't have this house, then there's no way I'd ever be able to buy a house.
Yeah.
All
It's too
right.
expensive.
I'm also surprised that Lavender went after Ron and didn't go after Hermione. Not in the sense of like love potion, but like in the sense of attacking her in like subtle ways and like getting her out of the picture type thing.
Well, that's true, but
Because girls
Lavender
are
didn't
very
do
catty. We are very catty like that.
this. Yeah, and they were roommates too.
Uh
So
huh. They're the same
I'm
year. They live in the
sure.
same dorm.
I mean, there might have been a lot of things happening, but considering Harry's as unobservant as a rock, nobody would ever know.
This is true. This is very true.
It took them until what, I think this sixth year before they tried to visit Hermione in her dorm. It was like sixth year or fifth year or something like that before they tried to actually visit Hermione in her dorm. So
In
they,
her
I'm
dorm, and then they got the thing. The stairs were like,
the
nope, no boys
stairs,
here.
yeah,
I love watching Hermione become so frazzled trying to make potions that just don't work.
yeah. That whole class is just going to shit.
There's something I'm not good at.
The thing that irritates me is how angry about the book that Hermione gets, and it's just like before the whole Secum Sempra, attacking Draco Malfoy thing. And it's just like, why do you want him to turn it in? It's
Right?
a book that just happens to teach him better potions than the textbook.
Because she's salty, someone was better at something than she was.
Mm-hmm.
It was fifth year. It was fifth year when they
The
went
fifth
up the
year. It
girls'
took them
staircase.
5 fucking years to try to visit
Try
her.
and
Like,
go up the girls'
really?
staircase. Like they are
Lord.
ultimate nerds. Like they're just like, we don't have time to go looking after girls. We gotta stay alive.
That's fair. Hermione's been to their dorm though. Like, hello.
Apparently, it was a decree from Godric, when they were first building Hogwarts, that like it was said that girls are more trustworthy than boys.
Yeah.
So if, like, girls could enter the boys' room, but boys could enter the girls' room.
And yet it was a girl that tried to sneak
I
Harry
know,
a
and yet
love
it was a
potion.
girl that tried to take away
Like,
Ron's
don't
free will.
underestimate women. Like, is this just a weird version of like Hogwarts is like sexism?
Yes, I'm 32 years old, and my mom still thinks that if I do anything co-ed, that it's definitely gonna be the guy trying to get in my pants. I'm like, you do realize it's not usually the case, right? Like, nowhere is it written that the guys are gonna want to get into any girl's pants that's around them. Like, no,
Yeah.
no. Just because I do a co-ed event does not mean everyone's having a fucking orgy in the corner.
I
Like,
mean, you don't regularly attend giant orgies every time
I
you
do
walk out the house.
not. The level of germs and insecurities that would bring up is
Oh,
just no.
oh, oh.
Right?
I'd have to go into one of those like sterilized rooms.
It's just no, absolutely not.
One of like Tom Riddle's fucked up, but like he never had a shot. Like he couldn't feel love because of the love potion shit that his parents like did.
Right.
But
He was basically conceived via rape.
yeah, and like he lived in an orphanage that probably treated him like shit, especially considering he grew up during World War II in London during the Blitz.
Yeah. Not an
Like,
easy childhood.
no, and I'm kind of not surprised he doesn't like muggles or like has a vendetta against Dumbledore, because literally every summer Dumbledore made him go back into London where the fucking war was happening with the Blitz. Every year that he was at that the war was going on, that he was at Hogwarts. I'm pretty sure I'd have issues too. Granted, don't really know if I'd create a weird mask wearing army and make everybody get matching tattoos like we're in a girl group, but like, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't.
You wouldn't be that extreme or that in your face, but you would definitely be doing something very covert, very under
Oh
the
yeah.
radar.
And to be fair, The only person who really suspected Dumbledore or Tom for the longest time
It was
was
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore, because Tom's not an idiot, and he was very charming. Apparently, he was very charming and handsome.
Ted Bundy. They said the same thing about Ted Bundy. Very
Yeah,
charming, very impressionable, very handsome. I'm just like, and
that's what they
this
say
is
a
why
lot
he
about a
got
lot of
away with
serial
so
killers.
much.
That's what they say about a lot of serial killers.
I know.
Also, why is talking to snakes evil? Huh? Because why? Because Salazar Slytherin could do it? Well, you'd fucking find out that Tom can speak to snakes because he's a descendant of Salazar Slytherin. But nobody fucking gave a shit about that. He's descendant of one of the greatest, like wizards of all time. But I bet you nobody fucking told him that.
No, they just said, "Oh, that's bad."
Because I guarantee you, when he turned 18, he would have taken up the title of, Lord Slytherin instead of
Tom
the
Riddle,
House
or
of.
like, sorry,
Yeah,
Voldemort. He'd be like, "I am Lord Slytherin. I am a descendant, direct heir.
yeah. Like there's nobody else alive who's a direct descendant of Slytherin
His
except for
blood runs
him.
through my veins."
He would have been all over that shit.
No, he somehow came up with the lame Lord Voldemort. Harry, you do not want to be collected. Like I don't. If anyone ever says to me, "Oh, someone wants to collect you," just run,
Yeah, that's fucking freaky.
run. I don't want to be collected. I am not a prize. I mean, yes, I am, but I don't belong on a shelf.
Yeah, no, like you
You
don't need
put
to
me on a shelf,
collect
I
me.
will destroy that shelf.
Mm-hmm. Why is this bird cage in a bird cage? What the hell is the point of the bird cage in a bird cage?
Extra security.
Mm-hmm.
Cause yeah. I also love that it's that Draco is the one that found the room of requirement.
I mean, to be fair, he probably had a lot of fucking need. Over there, it's just like, well, if you don't do it, I'm gonna murder your family.
Wait, not the is it the room of requirement? Yeah.
Yeah, they're in
Yeah.
their, he's in the room of requirement.
I want to know why Rowling threw Lavender Brown in so late into the game. Like, this came out of fucking left field.
Yeah,
Like, I get the
but
thing
then
with
again,
Crumb and
all of
Hermione
the
because, like, that was
romances.
a new person came in. I get that. That was like, new, like, different schools, new people. We get it. There's an attraction there. They've been going to class with Lavender Brown for the past 6 years. And
Yeah,
all of a sudden, this sick infatuation with Ron, like, what?
I think all of the relationships that have come out of this series don't make any fucking sense.
That's
Literally not. All the way from like James and Lily, all the way through like Harry and Jenny. Like it doesn't make any fucking sense. None of it
who should have
does.
Lily ended up with, if not James?
Um, Literally, it's not my issue so much. Well, no, I stand corrected. I do have issues with Jenny with too. Um, because literally all he did was hound her for 7 years until eventually she agreed to go on a date with him, and like that's not being attracted to somebody, that's them wearing you down consistently over time for years and years and years. You also got married at like directly out of Hogwarts and then had a kid by the time you were 21, so
hmm
like that's suspicious. But also I don't really think they should have gotten together. Like, even if they were eventually going to get together, it shouldn't have been that early. They were too young, and literally all James did was hound her and hound her and hound her until she said yes. And like, that's not good. That's not a good way to get into a relationship with somebody. Should she have been with somebody else? Probably. Do I have any idea who that is? No, because she was 21 when she died, so neither did she. So like, she didn't know who she should be with either.
I think some of the like I think the healthiest relationship that comes out of these books,
Mm-hmm.
like as a newly established one, is Lupin and Tonks.
No, God, no.
Really?
What?
No?
Holy shit, no. Remus, in a rebellion after Sirius has died, hooks up with Sirius's niece, cousin? His cousin.
Yeah, but he was like he didn't
He also tried to ditch Tonks while she was pregnant
he
in
didn't
order to
know. Oh no, did he
traipse.
know? He did
Yes,
know.
he
I'm sorry, he
did.
did
He
know.
did know. And he's like, she's pregnant. I gotta leave. And it's just like,
Because like no, like because he's thinking the other way where like, it wouldn't it's like having
he
me as a
thought he was
father
gonna be
would not be, ideal to this child.
That's terrible though. Like you're gonna fucking ditch your kid? Like you got scared because Tonks got pregnant after you were in a terrible relationship.
He
Like
also got
Tonks was
scared
good
because
to him, but he
yeah.
got in a relationship with her probably because she was the only living relative of fucking Sirius, and she's over there and she gets pregnant, and the first thing he does is like, you know what, I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna run away and go follow a bunch of fucking teenagers into the woods. That was his first thought. Like, fuck this kid, fuck my pregnant wife. I'm gonna go follow some kids in the woods. No. That was a fucking stupid relationship. Out of everything J.K. Rowling wrote, that one just made me tilt my head like, in what planet does that make sense? There's a fucking age gap, too. There's a serious age gap there, too, which is also creepy, but at the same time, I bet you he had her turn into Sirius in bed. I bet you. Because I guarantee you he was in love with Sirius.
I'm just not gonna comment on any relationship because clearly I am
They're
wrong.
all terrible.
They're all terrible.
There's not a good relationship in this series. There is not.
What would your reaction be if you came across this? Like, you just started walking from
Oh, with
Hogsmeade.
Katie Bell when she's like
Yeah, with
hanging in
Katie,
the air.
and she's like slither, she's like being tossed across the snow, and then she's up in the air, like screaming.
Oh, I would be walking back to Hogsmeade now. I wouldn't do it. I'm like, nope, turn around, about face, let's go. I wasn't here. I'd get off of the path and like walk beside it so my footprints weren't in the path anymore, and I would just keep going. That's none of my business whatsoever. That is a very cursed necklace, Harry.
It's also a very
Also, what
pretty
kind
necklace.
of fucking stupid idiot takes something out of the bath? She stole that out of the bathroom. Like, she took that necklace out of the bathroom because that's where it was left. And
no, wasn't she coerced into doing that? Like, not like.
I mean, Draco might have hit her with the one of the unforgivables to compel her to do it. But like, if not, then what the fuck? Why would you steal something you found in the bathroom of a pub? That's disgusting.
That's true. And I love McGonagall just going, why is it that when something goes wrong, it's always you three?
It literally is always them. But to be fair, y'all throw them in front of most of the issues to begin with.
Snape, Harry doesn't want to be the chosen one. He wants to be left alone.
And McGonagall's just kind of looking at him like, okay, well, this got awkward fast. Like, let's go. Let's move on with our lives. The only actual time Harry uses the Marauders map for a purpose, and he uses it to fucking stalk Draco Malfoy. My god.
And people wonder why there's a Draco and Harry fic out there.
That is the largest ship in Harry Potter. It is the largest, and in all honesty, like, even the movie producer people had to make changes to it to make it less gay. Like, come on.
There's so much, like, it's hardcore enemies to lovers, like.
It is. It really, really is. The only thing that even can stand in the vicinity of it is Draco and Hermione, which I love. I
do love the Hermione.
I just got through talking about how terrible relationships would be. That would be, in all reality, a horrible relationship because he's literally said like prejudice slurs to her face. Like, that would not be a good relationship, but at the same time, the fan fiction is amazing.
The sex would be amazing.
Between those two. The problem is you couldn't build a foundation of a relationship off of that because he literally has called you slurs before.
Hey, so, like, it could be a kink she likes and doesn't want to show it. Who knows?
I mean, like, sure. Why not?
You can twist this in any way you want.
I mean, it's better maybe than her actual relationship with Ron, which I don't think is all that great. And honestly, they're both different shades of bad. They're different shades of being a bad relationship that are not good. Neither of them are good. Like, they're both toxic, but in different ways. At least, like, I think Draco could stand, like, toe-to-toe with Hermione in, like, intellectual pursuits and arguments and things like that. But Ron just doesn't. Not that he's stupid, but that he just isn't in the same genre of, like, things that Hermione likes. But Draco was had the second highest grades in their school after Hermione. So, you know, at least, yeah, he was really, really smart. And he was always losing just specifically to her.
I mean,
so,
you could turn
which probably pissed his dad off, so.
Probably pissed him off too, and it's just like that would lead to more of the enemies to lovers.
Mm-hmm.
I
That is
love
so
that they're.
much,
I know it's a lot of ice cream.
so much fucking ice cream.
Like so, everyone now is in Slughorn's little like after hours tea party, whatever, and they've got these big ass sundae cones or plates filled with ice cream. And one of the kids is just fucking gorging on. Like everyone's got at least like
It's like Dudley. He looks like Dudley, and he's acting like Dudley.
he's acting like that. Doesn't look like Dudley. He acts like Dudley. And like you can see at least like 10 scoops of ice cream in everyone's plate. And this
Yeah.
guy is already done. But the fact that now like he's Slughorn is asking everyone at this like children's table basically like what do all of your parents do? And he gets to mine and he's like, so what do your parents do? And she's like, oh, my parents are dentists. And everyone's like, the fuck is that?
Only Harry is like nodding, like I understand what this
And she's
means.
like, they tend to people's teeth. I'm like, fascinating, really? It's like, what do you guys do when your teeth go rotten? Like, just because you're witches and wizards and magical doesn't mean your teeth miraculously stay healthy.
It's Britain. I'm
Like,
surprised
and
they
it's
have any
Britain. Come on.
dentists.
Like,
Like, yeah, no. I learned that their dentist stuff doesn't fall under their health care. That's something they have. It's not free. It's
I
apparently
mean, and neither,
exceptionally
it's not
expensive.
here
So
either. So,
no, but like for a country that has free healthcare, I was expecting dentists and dental work to be included in that, and it's not, which is weird. But it explains some of the British television shows I've watched.
with all
So
those like yellowing
mm,
and like gray teeth.
jagged,
Yeah.
like yeah. But like,
Just,
who are these creepy ass shining
I
twins?
don't know, but it's the first time I'm seeing them. I'm like, I don't.
Just like okay, they look like they're about 12 as well. Why would being a dentist be considered a dangerous profession? What exactly is Slughorn imagining about about these people with it? What does he think muggles do? Like they just go around biting people willy nilly? Slughorn, do you go around biting people willy nilly when you feel like it? Is that what you do with your teeth, darling? Do you just go around and start chewing on people the moment you don't get your way? Is that how you think that muggles work? Like they're a pack of rabid fucking dogs?
A patient could have a mental breakdown and grab the drill and just stick it in the dentist's head. Who knows?
I
Like,
mean, Slughorn, man, if that's the thought process you're going on, whoo, okay. All right.
I can't. I really want to hear what Hermione has to say as to what she thinks is a dangerous situation.
Oh yeah, the kid who bit her dad's finger, I think.
They're just like, what the fuck is a stitch?
Harry's just like nodding along all happily, like, I understand what's happening. Why did Jenny bother to show up?
She
Like,
showed up so late.
like it's dessert. Why did you bother to show up if you're going to be that late? Where did Harry learn manners? Oh my god! Jenny shows up at the table and he stands.
He's the only one that
I've
stands
never
as
met
she
him.
takes her chair.
I've never met a modern man that's ever stood when I've seen a woman approach a chair before. What the hell? Who the hell taught that to Harry?
This
Oh,
creepy fucker, I think it's like Cormac
Cormac
McLagan.
McLagan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was just like licking his
Oh.
fingers as he's staring at Hermione. Just, ugh.
Oh.
Please no.
Disgusting. I love that hourglass.
I know.
Last time I was at Universal Studios, they were selling it in Nocturne Alley. And I was just like, ooh, I really wanted it, but we ended up buying a pair of wands instead. So, and
I hope they
we
don't
have a
still
different
have it because
hourglass.
I will probably buy it.
We have a different hourglass that we bought too. It's a looks like it's made out of human bones. It's red. Yeah. Like the sand is red, but it looks like it's got a skull on each, like on the top and the bottom, and then the things that are holding it up are a human spine.
Oh, it's so bitchin'.
Pretty
So
cool.
bitchin'.
That we got out of Nocturne Alley. The ones we got from Ollivanders. We went ham when we first went to Universal Studios for the first time. We went fucking ham. Like we bought everything. So I've got the mirror of I got a picture frame of the mirror. I've got 2 wands. I've got a little mini itty bitty little Hogwarts Express. And
Yeah,
we've
when we went
yeah.
hours after I moved back from Philly, because that was my first time, like mine and Aaron's first time, like going to Wizarding World here.
Uh-huh.
I went ham. I got my school robes. I
Me
got my
too.
wands. I got 2
Mm.
wands. I
Which
got my pygmy puff.
house?
Slytherin.
Your
I got my
Slytherin
Slytherin
rose. Okay.
robes. I got
Okay.
Malf. I got Lucius's cane wand.
Oh, that's cool. Does it have like the cane topper head on it?
With the
Yeah,
nice
nice.
emerald snake eyes with the fangs. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I walked by the Gryffindor robes. I'm like, if this was a couple years ago, I would have still been a Gryffindor.
Yep. Yep. I got my Slytherin robes. That was the most expensive thing that I bought, but I'm also pretty sure it's one of the most expensive things in the park are those robes because those robes expensive.
They were like $200.
Yeah, they're really expensive, but they're nice. They're really good quality. I really like
Yeah,
them.
they are.
So I love the little pocket like for your wand. It's so
Yeah, I
cute.
love it.
We have a talking sorting hat,
Nice.
and we got some other stuff. I will say, I don't think Harry's attractive, like on any level, but this like Quidditch sweater he's wearing looks really good on him.
It
Like,
does. I want to know why it looks so. I want to know why this image, like the way they're filming it, the filter they're using, it looks like a pensive memory. Like things are kind of fuzzy on the
yeah,
outsides, and I want to know why.
I love
And I,
Luna's lion head.
it's. I know we've got the Ravenclaw who's got the Gryffindor merch on,
Yeah. I like how Harry tricks Ron into thinking that he's drinking liquid luck.
right?
Harry is to Hermione, she's like, I can't believe you did that. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. It does, but then it's a nice looking sweater on him, and I don't know if it's the color or like the way it's cut with like a low like turtleneck situation.
Uh,
But it's one of the only times that he's actually dressed like for his appearance and for like the way he looks. Like it's a good sweater on him. It's the only time I'll compliment Harry's appearance because the rest of the time he looks like a fucking I don't know alleyway dweller.
with the same shirt that he never changes.
He literally wears the same shirt all the time. He looks like he lives in Knockturn Alley. I would really like to own Slytherin's Quidditch robes because I mostly just the outer jacket. I really like the outer jacket.
Yeah.
I just think it looks really cool. Also,
I
like
don't want the rain jacket. I want the regular one they use.
I want this jacket,
The rain
the one that
jacket?
yeah, because I like the way it like kind of billows. I want something that I can wear that like billows as I walk. I want to be Snape level of
I
dramatic.
want Snape. I want Snape's robe.
Okay, I'm glad you like
I do not
put in
want
there
Snape
the
himself. I want
robes.
Snape's robes.
It's just like we're gonna are if you're like if the person that you would want out of the Harry Potter series is Snape, we need to have a conversation.
It is not. It is Fred
Okay.
Weasley.
That's valid. So valid.
I will take Fred Weasley as my number one. I will take 7th year Neville.
Okay.
Ew. Sorry, I still think it's so awkward Lavender Brown making out with
Yeah.
Ron, and even Harry's like, where did that fucking come from?
He's like, that was unexpected.
But
But
yes,
also
Fred
Hermione throwing a fit about it was even more unexpected. Because, girl, what?
No,
You've
we knew
never
that because she
shown it.
threw a fit at Ron for throwing a fit that she went out with Crumb.
Yeah, but like, if you got mad at him for throwing a fit about you going out with Crumb, you can't throw a fit about him going out with Lavender. Like, this is a two-way street.
I do like how she sicks the birds on Ron.
That's really clever, and I like it. Army of attack birds.
But yeah, my choices for the men in this world are Fred, Neville, Sirius.
Fair.
I mean, that's it.
Yeah, that's fair. It's a limited number of men. Look, we've established my taste in fictional men.
Yours is Draco, I know.
Is bad. Like my taste in fictional men starts with Draco, extends to Sirius, and then Regulus Black, and then despite the fact that we don't know a lot about Regulus Black, and then Fred. So like 3 out of 4 of those is a bad choice. I guess it's not good. So, but like all of my taste in fictional men is bad. It's not good. They're always toxic. It's probably one of the reasons it's a good thing I don't date is because like my taste is not good.
Your taste works only in books because if your taste showed up to your front door in
Ooh,
reality, you'd
I'd go to
stab
jail.
him. You
I'd
fucking
go to
stab
jail.
him.
Like, yeah, no, that's very. That's why we need to have that like fictional versus real life uh
Oh
tea
yeah,
time episode because that this says a lot. It says a lot. Look at Draco being all dramatic on a
being
tower.
moody and emo in the snow.
Oh, Draco, it's fine. That was me as a teenager too, just without the snow because I lived in Texas.
True.
I was a very gothic emo
I didn't.
child
I
as
didn't
well.
get snow either. So
Yeah.
Lav. What Lav
Lav
and
and
I
I
have?
have.
You and Lav don't have shit. Lav
You
has
and
all the
Lav have been
powers.
together for less than 24 hours. Shut your
Yeah.
damn mouth.
And guess what? Lav has all the power because she's manipulating you.
Mm.
She's like, now because of this fucking shit, I have to go to the Slughorn's party with McLaggen.
And it's just like, Harry's just like, oh, well, we could go together. And then she's like, oh, fuck. I should have thought of that.
Right? It's like, God damn it.
Like, you picked fucking McLaggen over Harry. Like, girl, look, even I would have picked Harry over McLaggen. Jesus, I would murder McLaggen within 10 minutes of having to spend time with him.
Yeah, after that finger licking
Oh, that was ugh.
teasing. Ugh.
Like look, he might be like 16, 17 or whatever, but still, that's disgusting.
Someone, who you gonna ask? Huh?
Yeah, I like
Yes.
how he's like, I'm gonna ask somebody who's cool, and somebody that he likes, and I'm just like, there are no cool people in this school, Harry. Like, not one.
And who does he
Like, who
choose?
you good to?
Luna.
And I mean, on honesty, that's probably his best choice.
I mean, at least it'll be entertaining.
Should have gone with Draco. Really make a scene. Really make a scene. Show up with Draco Malfoy.
Oh my god, can you imagine if Hermione showed up with Draco?
Oh, that would have been so good.
It's
God,
everyone's
that would.
jaw would drop. Like, excuse me?
Yes, holy shit. There's the Anderson apple.
And
It's
there's
Draco and an
another green
apple.
apple. Come back to haunt you. Apple juicy. Draco and his green apples. And his love letters to his apples.
He's wearing the Malfoy family ring. Technically, because his father's in jail, I think that makes him head of the family now.
It does, I think. Which is why it looks like he aged so much.
Yeah. He's also has fucking Voldemort living in his house. That'll do something for you.
Yeah, that too. I'm sure there are many people who have looked over that scene frivolously and, frame by frame as he fondles the apple in his hand.
Why does Slughorn have students working for him as waiters?
I don't
Isn't
know.
that weird? That's kind of weird. Harry's like, Hermione, what happened? She's like, I've escaped. I've escaped McLaggen. What the fuck is a snoffalop plant?
I have no idea. You want these capers? No thanks. They give you really bad breath. Hermione, I will take them all. Whatever to get McLaggen away from me. I'm sorry.
I would have a lot of issue with somebody calling me a slippery little minx.
Yeah, I was saying, do not come up to me and say that one of my friends is a slippery little minx.
Yeah, no.
Like, what is this? The 20?
I love Snape's face as he shows, like, he peeks behind the curtain and he sees McLaggen and Harry. He's kind of looking at them like, what are you doing? What are the two of you doing back here? like he thinks he's gonna find McLaggen and Harry like making out in a corner or something.
I love how you said that, and then right as McLaggen goes to puke out of the perfect 90-degree angle, the camera angle cuts off, and it's just like, where is he going?
Look, their 6-year Hogwarts got a little different, all right? Like,
but also parties are wild, man.
Whew, don't know what's in those capers. But like, McLaggen didn't even make an effort to try and move to one way or another. He fully looked Snape in the eye and was like, I'm going to puke on your shoes. Like, there was space to both sides of him, but he just went straight to puking on Snape's, like, dick at, like, just right at his face at an inappropriate level. But also, Draco, it's time to change suits, dear. You've worn that suit in every single day. Who are these weird twins?
I don't know.
Who are these women?
Children. I'm gonna look it up. Yes, you do, honey. I don't
She's
need
like, I don't
protection,
need
Snake.
protection. It's just like, you need a lot of things. That's one of many.
Thank
You
you.
know, by this time next week, you will be here.
I know. This time next week, we will be finishing up Wizarding World. No, I'm sorry.
No,
We'll be
we'll
finishing
have the.
our Disney Springs and Resort Day.
Yeah, that's true. That'll be good. I can't wait. It's gonna be so good. Okay. Lavender Brown, like putting her breath all over the window and then drawing on it is just weird. That's so weird.
And Harry's just like, I'm gonna play with this
It's just
thing.
like, how do I pick apart this chair so that I don't have to look at the awkwardness of what is happening in front of me? I do feel
Psycho.
bad for Lavender. Like, she doesn't have a good ending.
All she wants to do is snog me. My lips are getting chapped as he sticks his face in Harry's. He's like, look at my lips. I'm good, bro. I'm good. So those creepy looking shining twins
Yeah,
are the Carroll twins.
the Caro twins, the ones that torture people in 7th year.
Probably one of their parents.
I was gonna say, because like the Caros, 2 of them tormented the school in their 7th year.
Yeah, they were brother
But like
and
those
sister.
should be adults. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
The-
they were brother and sister. Those are the adult Carrows, and then
okay.
this is probably one of their kids because it's
Okay.
Flora and Hestia. Carroll.
Wow. Flora and Hestia?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Okay.
Which one's their parent?
What in the hell is with Tonks's hair? That's some weird mullet bullshit happening.
So we don't know it. We don't know who their parents are because it says on Wiki it says that Amicus and Electo are possible relatives. I mean, they are relatives. We just
Yeah.
don't know who their parents are, but they are
Yes.
Carrows.
Why would
Yeah.
you hand like okay, it's so weird that Jenny hand feeds Harry. Like that's so weird.
I'm sorry, I can't come up to you and hand feed you a crumpet.
No. No. Literally no one can do that. I will not accept that from literally anyone. Don't hand feed me. No, that's no. Don't put your hand near my face for one thing. It's gonna get smacked, food or not. Like I'll save the food, but I'm gonna smack your hand.
What if I choo a crumpet to your mouth with a spoon?
The listeners can't see the look on my face, but you can, and you can tell them how wise of a decision you think that would be.
An unwise
We
decision.
have dinner reservations for next week.
I know we do. And breakfast reservations.
If you try to choo Hogwarts Express style anything, Erin's going home alone. Erin will be making her flight back solo. And you know what? I will gladly explain to your mother why I murdered you. Gladly. I will throw you in a swamp, girl. I literally can picture you sitting there going like, choo choo, here comes the Hogwarts Express, and then me just snapping like a twig.
Watch me actually try. Just for shits and giggles, be like, I wonder what she's really gonna do.
Gonna get us banned from from either a resort or from Universal Studios.
Ma'am, you are no longer allowed in the park. Or really, why not? Murder is not allowed in the parks.
The dead body on the floor. Oh, look, here's the most awkward scene in the franchise. Jenny tying Harry's shoelaces like a stripper. Like, this is the weirdest.
Like, this is not like 1872 and this is her job. This is how flirting works. Let me tie your shoes.
Let me bend down in front of you and get like my face at an inappropriate level. Tie your shoe. And then stand really close to you all while wearing a robe.
Hi, Bellatrix.
Aren't there supposed to be wards on this house? Harry ran past 4 grown adults and nobody grabbed him. No one. And so did Jenny. Like, if Jenny in her robe and no shoes can get past that ring of fire, why can 2 grown adult wizards, one of which is an Auror, not manage it?
I wonder if it's because the Death Eaters didn't think about enchanting the fire to not attack, like to attack only the adults that they know about.
Well, you'd like to think it would just attack indiscriminately, but like they're
Anyone that's
trying to
not Harry.
separate it. I don't know. Like, it doesn't make any. It doesn't make any sense. This movie doesn't make any sense.
Like, I give Ginny balls for just
I'd like to know how she was running out there without any shoes for as long as she was, without stepping on something.
true. But I do give the girl a lot of guts for just booking it and not like questioning a thing.
That's the last person you want to see come out of a
Oh yeah,
fucking
send your gray
alleyway.
back. And now they are stuck in the bog.
And where are any of the adults?
There they are. Okay, but I want to know why these kids are doing
Better?
so
The
not
adults?
not just better. I mean, granted, they've always been better than the adults, but still, more. I want to know how they managed to do unspoken magic.
Oh, silent magic? Yeah.
Yeah, like none of them are that good
They,
yet.
well, and it doesn't explain at any point in the series of them learning silent magic either. And now the burrow's on fire. Hey, look, the twins were home. They live above the shop at this point in the series.
True. I mean, I understand why they're so upset that the burrow is on fire, but
But like magic?
yeah, if you can just move your like wave your wand and the whole thing is clean, I'm sure you can conjure water from the bog to take the water out, to douse the fire, and then magic everything back to normal.
I mean, like Dumbledore at one point just summoned a giant dragon made of water, so like why not? But also like at the same time, like one of the things that does bother me about the Weasleys is like magic exists. Why does your house look like this?
I know.
It looks like a ramshackle, like something that like somebody gave a toddler a hammer and they created it. Like, why does it look like this? Magic is real. The only thing holding your house up is magic. So, why does Tom Riddle have the dumbest ass haircut I've ever seen in my life? Like, oh my god.
I mean, when Harry tries to get this memory unfiltered from Slughorn,
Yeah.
in what universe does he think that using the exact same words that Tom used would be the smartest way to get them?
It is just like clearly Slughorn has altered his own memory about it because he doesn't like it and because he doesn't want people to know about it. But like, why would you think that doing it again, especially when seeing his angry reaction, would be a good idea? Like, to try it again in the exact same wording, in the exact same way.
Why would he tamper with his own memory? Because trauma, Harry.
Yeah, no shit,
Like,
Harry. Like, are there not memories you would like to alter? Like, come on now.
like I'm sure there's plenty in your head you don't want to remember.
Like, put on your big boy thinking cap now. You know 100% that Dumbledore suspected Horcruxes. Like, why did he put
Dumbledore
so
has
much
been
in?
suspecting Horcruxes since the fucking beginning.
Mm-hmm. And he's just like, but we don't know anything unless you retrieve this memory, putting all of this weight on Harry.
That makes so much sense.
Mm-hmm.
Putting all this weight on him on top of not telling him a damn thing.
Exactly. Maybe if he told him some more and like something actual and
Yeah, if he told him
factual.
why he's the key to
Why
all
about
this.
anything? Literally anything.
Slughorn, Harry, you should ask Professor Snape via.
Like, if you only knew what kind of relationship he had with Snape.
It's like Snape is your defense against the dark arts teacher. He's the one who teaches you spells. I teach you potions. Yeah, well, we don't like each other. He hates me because my mom slept with my dad, and
Like,
not him.
he hates me because my mom slept with my dad, but also that my dad was a horrible, horrible bully to him.
Beethoven's on tour.
Oh, look! Ron's been drugged. It's beautiful, isn't it? The
Yeah,
view.
what is Ron? The moon. Ron, are you okay? I love how close
Getting
he
right
gets to
in Harry's face.
Harry on the bed, and Harry's like, please?
Like,
Like,
what is
like, please, no personal
happening?
space?
Mm-mm.
That's right, these chocolates weren't for,
No, they were from Romilda Vane.
yeah, they were for Harry.
I love how Ron just throws the box at Harry. He's like,
Like,
I'm
I love her! Like,
in
okay, alright. You love her. Who? Who do you love?
love with her. Like, I'm in love with her. It's like, do you even know her? Like, what do you mean you're in love with her? Do you know her? No, you do not. How have you never met somebody who's in isn't she in Gryffindor? Like, how have you not
Romilda
met
Vane sounds like she belongs in Slytherin.
hmm,
No, she is a Gryffindor.
Wendy?
He
Same
never
with
gets
Wendy.
their names right.
He doesn't.
Harry knows how to butter him up. It's like
Ron just hugging
hugging.
Slughorn to himself, like, oh, okay.
Harry, how come
Now,
you didn't whip
Harry,
this up in your room?
yeah, Harry, like, had asked, Slughorn the uncomfortable question that Slughorn doesn't want to talk about. And then, like, it shows him showing up at Slughorn's room, like, a couple times. And then Slughorn just here says, like, I'm sorry, or Harry says, I'm sorry about our misunderstanding earlier today. Like, Harry, how many times did you show up at this man's room? Like, how many times you just knock into this poor man's room? Like, leave him the fuck alone for like 24 hours at
Right?
least.
Like attempt one didn't work. Try again later. Later does not
Yeah.
mean 10 minutes from now. Later means like
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Between like every class. And Ron just looking around like, what the fuck has happened? And now Ron's been drugged a second time. It's not a good day for Ron. And Slughorn's just standing there watching a student die.
Slughorn's fucking like, what happened?
Yeah.
Bezoar, get the Bezoar.
It's a good thing Harry, for once in his life, paid attention in potions class.
Right? And it's something that like Snape had said to him day one.
Yeah.
Now, is he gonna poop that Bezoar out?
These girls, they're trying to kill me. It's just like, only one of them tried to kill you, technically. Like,
Snape's face. Dumbledore, Horace, you should be very proud that he was the Bezoar. Snape's like,
I
I
taught that
taught
kid
him
for
that.
5 fucking years. Interesting, however, that Harry learned something about potions once it's not Snape who's teaching him, though.
But oddly enough, that he is learning from Snape.
Yeah, that's true. That's really true.
You.
Dumbledore's just looking like a gasp.
My Wan. The one thing I cannot stand is Lavender saying Wan.
Oh.
And then she gets all huffy with like Hermione. What are you doing here? It's like, I'm his friend.
Yeah.
Friend.
It's like I've been friends with him longer than you've been around, honey. I love how Snape and McGonagall and like the other teachers are all just like, this is hot gossip drama right here. Like, this is why they're teachers, so they can just watch this drama. He senses my presence.
Wan. No, as he just says Hermione in his sleep.
Which is just weird and oddly timed. I would not be surprised if he was actually awake listening to all this drama and he's like, this is a great way to break up with Lavender
Right?
Brown.
You sneaky man.
He's not wrong. Dumbledore. What do you mean? Oh, to be young and feel love's like keen sting. Your relationship was with fucking Grindelwald, and the two of you murdered your sister, and then he went on to try and take over the world. That's not love's keen sting, and you got no experience with that.
Hermione's all smug now that Lavender's out of the picture.
Mm-hmm. I still think it's a bad relationship, but my god, at least it's not Lavender Brown. Like, at least it's not Lavender Brown.
Like, I have nothing against pet names when you're in a relationship, but do not shorten my name. That's already short.
Mm.
And double it up. Like if someone calls me I'm gonna fucking lose it.
Has anybody been stupid enough to call you that before? Oh my god.
No, but there was a guy in high school that when he would refer to me, he referred me as on. Like he just didn't say the I. I'm like, it's three
On like
letters.
a fucking light switch? Like,
Say hey on. I'm like on knee. Like it's three fucking letters.
say all three in that order.
Just hey on. I'm like, what, Arthur? What do you want?
Well, it's like that lady who called me once for a reference for you, and she called you Annie.
Annie.
I was so confused for like a solid minute, and she's
Like,
like,
I don't
"Yeah,
know an Annie.
yeah." I was just like, "What the fuck?" And she's just like, "Yeah, well, we have you down as a reference for an Annie," and I'm like, "I don't fucking know any." Because in my head, I'm thinking of a spelling of ANNE. And I'm just like, who's it? And she's like, yeah, I have you here as working with her. Like, I think she said in Pennsylvania, and that's what she said. And I'm like, oh, you mean Ani? And yeah, and it's just like, and then she for some reason thought that like the reference was for working at Full Sail together. And I'm just like, what? And I'm just like, what? And because I was talking about Barnes and Noble, and she's like, well, we have it here is that you guys work together at Full Sail University, and I'm just like, I went with it because I was just like, oh, well, that's our most recent position. I figured you were talking about Barnes and Noble because that's where we worked together the longest, and I'm just, and so I went with it, like I would just like for that moment you worked for fucking Full Sail, but
Sure.
but I was just like, you don't know her name, and she didn't say your last name at all, and which would have been helpful because like if you're gonna butcher the first name, at least you could do say the last name. But then again, if she can't say your first name, maybe she couldn't say your last name either.
Just
Then
butchered my
again, she
last
also
name
thought
too.
you fucking worked at Full Sail. So like I don't know, like I'm just like I'm pretty sure on any resume you all of your other job history there was probably at the time saying California. So that'd be kind of weird if like right there smack in the middle Orlando just showed up. And it's just like, but like for all of the other references that you put down, did she just assume that you were working all of these jobs with these other people at that time?
I don't know.
Like people's current jobs? It's just like, what? No, what is wrong with you? But that was one of the stupidest people I've encountered. Now that's the only person I've ever encountered that has said your name incorrectly. And I've had many people say my name incorrectly. The most common of which is always Missy.
Missy.
And I hate being called Missy. I fucking hate being called Missy. And I've also gotten Mitzi before too, which I'm really just sure is a dog's name. But Missy is the one I get most commonly. And I'm like, look,
I get
no.
I get like okay. People misunderstand my name
Mm,
even when I'm in person. I get it like over the
yeah.
phone,
Yeah.
but if I'm in person telling you that my name is Ani,
Mm.
get your ears checked because everyone's Lonnie, Connie. Did you say your name was Bonnie? Did you hear another letter before before the first one?
Like, why is
How
there
did
just suddenly a
Ani become
consonant?
Connie?
Why is there just suddenly a consonant before that vowel? Like you
What?
just picking letters?
When I was in
Bonnie,
New
Connie,
Orleans,
Donnie,
I
Lonnie,
swear to
like
God, that's what happens. When I was in New Orleans and I was working in the cafe, one of my customers like, "Where are you from?" Not where are you from? Like, what's your name? Like, we haven't seen you around here before. What's your name? I'm like, Ani. Honey, guys, her name is. I'm like, oh good God, no, it's not. It's not what I said.
when
It's
I
me. And like the
yeah.
entire time, this like I will like be making my rounds like throughout the quad, like just cleaning up tables in between like when we had like some downtime and between customers. You'd be like, "Hey, honey," I'm like, "Stop calling me honey."
Yeah. No. Don't fucking call me honey. Whether you mean it as my name or as like a pet name for me, don't fucking call me honey. Like no. Unless you are a old southern woman, you are not allowed to call me honey. I when I worked at Castles and Poor People and we had those stupid lanyards and
Mm-hmm.
they changed out all the time. with like the different seasonal drinks and everything. One of them had like the word magic in like large letters on it. And I consistently for an entire season had people ask me, it's like, oh, your name is Magic? That's really cool. And I'm just like, because printed right below it on the name tag was my actual name. And it's just like, no.
Yes,
And
my,
I had
my, my
one guy,
mom was a total hippie and named me Magic.
and I had one guy ask me, it's like, what's it like having a name like Magic? And I'm like,
Magical.
that's what I should have said. That's what I should have said. But I looked at him so bewildered. And then I looked down at my name tag, which said like the magic, like it, like the full sentence was like a sip of magic or something, and it just the magic happened to be in a larger font, and but right below it, in typed font, is my name. And for a while, my name and cafe lead with it, like it said cafe lead followed by my name, and it's just kind of like, really, 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 like really.
Magic.
And I mean, it's less weird, I guess, than being mistaken for having my name being Mystique. That was weird.
But
Like
that's cool
Mystique
though.
from the X-Men. And that's what the reference was. And they're like, oh, from the X-Men? And I'm like, pretty sure I know enough about the X-Men to know there's not an X-Men named Misty. But and then I was a regular there, and they never asked me my name after that. They always just put Mystique on the cups.
Sure, why not?
And I was once mistaken my name for Elizabeth. That I don't know how the fuck you got from square one to square two, from Missy to Elizabeth, but somebody managed to get there. I don't know. Well, we made it through about halfway through the Half-Blood Prince, and it's still as weird as I remember it, to be honest. But I think we'll leave this one here, just so that we can get into some of the really weird shit that's gonna happen, like the Felix Felicis, and then like Dumbledore just seriously traumatizing Harry a lot. And I do like a lot. Like he forces Harry to force feed him poison in like some kind of weird, just like attempt at his own death or something. Like it's just so, the lack of forethought is strong. It's strong in the second half of this movie. So, but we're gonna save that for next episode, and we will see you guys later. And you can check out, if you missed us when we were live at Universal, because I do know we referenced this a couple of times. We do have our live stuff up on our Instagram, so you can check that out. And don't forget to check out our merch, because we have a new merch line. So go check that out, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you.
Tune in next week for more fuckery, because we have some serious questions and concerns.
I feel like this podcast would have been a lot different if our names had been On and Magic.